Right, how's my lighting? Makeup all right? Zoomed in enough? Excellent. So this is a plan for the famous Cullinan Diamond. I've done this before, and a lady who lectures in gems, I guess, bought it, but when she got it she realised it wasn't to scale. To scale is that size, and to do a gem that size you need rough this size. It's going to take a lot of time, a lot of patience. It's going to take a lot of discs because there's a huge amount of material to grind away. But that's our next project, is to make a full scale model of the Cullinan 1 out of this crystal orb. So join me, but the first stage is to our trusty saw, and I'm going to trim it up. So assuming it doesn't crack, I shall be back to you shortly. Right, there we go. It's a start. Right, this big chunk here, we are ready to start. I'm really bored with preforming, so let's preform on the machine, because at least then I can take it easy. So we start with 27 and 37, so I can't even see it. 24, 25, 26, 27. This is bonkers. But the theory is just the same. So, power on, lots of water, and what we're doing is framing the girdle first of all. Full power because, well, be away from the nut, only just. One week later. Guess what? We're still on preforming. Right, we were getting nowhere using the discs I've got because they're all well worn in. So we've gone a bit more heavy duty now. I've got a 120 diamond disc, 8-inch. This is serious stuff. This should get through it. Well, we'll find out, shall we? Not be too harsh. That's it. Let's get plenty of lubricant on there. Yeah, that's doing it. 27. Oh, the never-ending preform. Very messy job, actually. Yeah, we need to go down a bit more than that. Okay, so let's do that. Right, so we've reached a sort of milestone in that the shape is there, roughly. There's another lot of facets that have got to come in steeper at the bottom. And then there's a mini culet, culet at the bottom, which also has a flat part to it, which is very unusual. So we'll carry on with that. We've got plenty of material there to do a good job on the crown. But what I've got to do next is take out this harsh disc. Well, no, actually, do I? Perhaps I ought to just put the rest of these facets in and then go to the 1200 disc. So that's taken 3 days to get to this stage. That's the problem with a very big gem, in that it's a hard thing to lose material on. Anyway, we're doing all right. We'll carry on. So we're on the 1200 disc now, just smoothing off the facets we've already put in the first lot of facets, and then we'll go on to the second one. You're beginning to see inside the stone now. Getting there, we need some adjustments on some of the facets. It's going to be alright. Going to be big. Never mind the quality, look at the size. No, we mind the quality and the size. What a mess. Anyway, that's enough for tonight. Let's go and spend some time with the wife. It's everywhere. Hence the gloves. Good night, everybody. Right, that's as accurate as I can get it with the refractive index of the material we're using. It's looking pretty good. So we're on to the polishing stage. It's a big beast. So, once the camera stops wobbling, what we're finding is that this is a very, very heavy gem. And within the system, it's normally this spring which tensions. But because it's so heavy, it's dragging a little bit. And I've managed to polish it to an extent, but it's still a bit misty in places. So I've blacked out the whole top of the gem, and what I'm going to do now, the pavilion, what I'm going to do now is repolish absolutely everything to try get it perfect. Big gem, big time it takes. This has probably been a week so far, and great, you know, we're almost done, but it's not perfect yet. So that's what I'm doing. So it continues, and by blacking it out I can make these fine adjustments to see where we are landing. I'm going to give you an example now. No, not much of an example, so let me just make a slight adjustment. Right, now I can see from that it's landing right on the edge, so I've got to twist the gem a little bit. Right, for the crown, the crowning glory, this has been a right pain in the bottom. Big facets, lots of polishing, and it's not come out as clear as I would like. But we will carry on and see how it turns out in the end. Never give up. Lost patience with the 600 disc, so we're on to the 130, 140, something like that. Just clean it off. So the trick when using a harsh disc like this is to leave enough on the end to use then a 600 disc, a 1200 disc, and at the end a 3000 disc. So we need enough of a girdle there to be able to cope with all of that. If we don't do that, it'll take forever. So that's our level. Just skimming it now. We're back at the level. So what we'll do is we'll flip over and do the other side. Almost there. Let's have a look. We're slowly getting there. Okay, what's next? So we're into polishing using a copper lap of all the facets. The adjustments I've had to make, I've made notes on. So it is a case of being careful and patient. You know when it's hitting the right spot, because it slows down, it gets a bit fractious. Right, so here's where we're at. I have taken it out of the handpiece because I have discovered why this has been so frustrating all the way through. Nothing's quite lined up properly, yet I've balanced the handpiece. And I discovered what was wrong. A month ago I dropped this and hadn't realised that this chuck was loose. In other words, this whole shaft was moving, this bit here. It has two little adjustment points and I just hadn't realised. So of course I put it down, it would facet to a certain point, I'd lift it up, I'd start putting it down again, the chuck would drop, maybe only even just 0.5 millimetre, and that would put it out of a line. When I facet it and I'm doing that, this whole thing was shifting depending on what angle and indeed what side I was faceting. So this has been very, very frustrating, and this has taken about 2 weeks to get this far, and it's just not up to standard. So I'm starting again. I'm just going to refacet everything on here, then I'll dop it, and then I'll do the other side. Frustrating, but at least we found why I've been faceting so badly. Wasn't me, it was my tools. That's unusual, isn't it? Anyway, I'll get on with that and come back to you. Right, we're coming to the end of this mammoth pain in the backside faceting session to make a Cullinan 1 scale 1:1 diamond. I hope you've enjoyed it. It was extremely frustrating. I wouldn't advise making huge gems like this because they're very, very difficult to polish. Anyway, if you've enjoyed the frustration, please like, please subscribe, and please share. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now. The reveal's about to happen, and it's a fairly pleasing object. Fills your palm, very, very tactile. As I said, lots of problems polishing it, and if you look carefully you'll see a few little scratches, but I can't spend more time on this, so over and out for now.